Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I always start my day by praying because he's in charge. I've got almond oil there. I try to massage my face basically because I'm trying to deal with a double chin here. I'm loving this toothpaste. Someone gifted it to me and it's been very good. Do not show up to work like this. Zoom meeting, physical meeting. Just make sure that you take a brush to any bush on your head. I've got some foundation because I'm not going to be having a face covering the whole of today. So let's get into my day. I rarely wear earrings, but when I wear all black, I try to put some sparkle of some sort. These are quite nice. I love roll necks and it's going to be quite warm soon. I do not like roll necks that choke. So I would normally have roll necks that are short sleeved, and I would normally have roll neck that is not 100% wool. I would go for cashmere or cotton. You know that wool that chokes you when you're in court and you're like looking for the next window and your client is wondering, are you okay, just because your head is banging, and it doesn't help if you wear a wig. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. So I like to throw on some metal when I wear all black. Like today, I'm gonna be seeing a lot of clients by Zoom. I have 6 meetings by Zoom. I have 2 by Teams. I have 1 by WhatsApp, and I would be seeing 2 clients in the office. Whatever you do today, I want your smile to be as big as this. Some people ask me where I got this from. I got this from Calvin Klein. My first client was really on time. Because he was here last week, he understands how we function now. If you do not know, solicitors are allowed to see clients at this time. We're allowed to go to our offices, and some clients definitely need to see you. I try to make sure that if I have 100 clients, I see like 5 face to face. Sometimes you try to, send documents by post, you see the clients by Zoom, by Teams, but then there are times in our job when we definitely have to see the client face to face. When the COVID first started, it was a bit of a gray area as to how you could identify your clients, because as solicitors, we must identify our clients. There's so many rules when it comes to knowing who your client is, identifying them, carrying out searches on them. But then as time went on, we started getting really definite guidelines as to how you can identify your clients using electronic means. So I'm gonna have my second client today. He's not gonna be here for a very long time. He's actually gonna be here for less than 10 minutes. We make sure that their documents are ready before they come. We make sure that we've corresponded with them by Zoom, Teams, or however, and that they know why they are here. Now, sometimes some clients want to see you face to face just because they feel like if they're talking to you over the phone or anything like that, they're not going to get as much information as they need. But even before the COVID, we used to have like telephone consultations. So it's for you, the solicitor, to make sure that your client understands what you're saying, whether you're speaking to them on the telephone, you're seeing them by Zoom or any electronic means. It's very important that they go away understanding everything you have said. My clients will normally come in early. If you have a 4 o'clock, just be ready by 3:30 because they will come in 15 minutes before time. But with the COVID now, we're trying to make sure that they are not just, hanging around 15 minutes, because it means that they will be in contact with other clients. So I have my next appointment by 4 o'clock. Pink lipstick. And the one right after that is at 5 o'clock. Before then, I've got 3 Zoom meetings and it's almost 2 o'clock now. I have checked my email again. I've got 2,851 emails. I have 392 letters that have been typed up that I must look at. Yes, I can go through all of this easy peasy. I also have a document that I have been trying to put together for almost 3 weeks. Some documents can be like that, basically because I have 4 sets of medical notes that I am looking through. I have 4 sets of police reports that I am looking through. So this is a very, very big case. It means that I'm going through the documents, I'm making notes, I'm looking for information here and there without giving too much away. You know, we have very strict deadlines, and it just means that every time I check my email, there's a different deadline. So I have deadlines in the diaries, and I would normally check my diary in the morning. I would also check other people's diary to make sure that they are actually doing what they should. There's so much that can happen. Today I've had to do so many things that I never planned for, but that is a day in a solicitor's life. You never really know how things are going to pan out. So I'm going to check my emails now. And as I check emails, what happens is I send letters out. Sometimes I dictate and then somebody types it up, or sometimes somebody just picks up an email, types it up, sends it to me. I okay it, allow it to go out. Sometimes someone drafts and I look at it and I finalize it. I would normally remember what I need to do. So I have my cases in my head and I'm so good at it. If there is a date that needs to, or a deadline that needs to be met, I would normally remember the date. However, we've got different diaries. Sometimes you have up to 10 diaries, different people checking different diaries. I also have different calendars that come up on my computer, come up on my phone, on the wall, Alexa, Siri also helps with reminders. You cannot miss a deadline. There is no story at all. Professional negligence is a thing and is real. So you need to make sure that you're not being sued, and you need to make sure that your clients are not suffering. If they suffer, they will tell other people because you missed their deadlines. So it's very important. All right, I've got a very full diary. I'm going to send out a message to say no more appointments for today. If you haven't noticed, my computer is back. What they've done, they left the whole back just the way it is, but then the front of the computer is all fixed. Sometimes I'm using 3 different computers at the same time. Like you're doing like 17,000 things at the same time, but you need to come to a conclusion. So some people can multitask, but they end up just leaving everything undone. But I can do like 1,000 things and I make sure that there's a conclusion. Sometimes I'm working all day that I forget to eat. So I've got my last client now. I'm going to see that client and then I will carry on with my emails. I have 4 more Zoom meetings to finalize. It's getting dark outside. Every time it gets dark, I feel like I need to just finalize the video. Today, the clients I've had have been a mixed bag of work. So I've had 2 family clients. I've had 1 housing client. I had to deal with what we call a HMO. It's basically like a house with multiple occupancies, so a lot of people in one house and trying to evict a tenant. That's very interesting in days like this when, you know, with the COVID-19, some people cannot pay their rent or their mortgages, and it's a different procedure to how it was before. Oh yeah, that's my keyboard trying to break itself. It's a different procedure to how it was before. My other client was a family law client, one of the usuals, and we're trying to draw up a consent order. So if 2 parties are trying to divide their finances, they can decide that rather than go to court and litigate, they will come together and agree how to split their finances. The agreement is then put in what we call a consent order, is sent to the courts to endorse. We have what we call Form E's. Form E's are basically forms that are sent to the clients to detail all the assets that they have. So it could be their houses, it will cover bank statements, it will cover their debts. At the end of the Form E exercise, you're able to see how much your client has and you're able to see how much the other party has. And the Form E has a list of documents that it wants you to provide to the other party. bank statements, mortgage agreements, just different documents that show what your finances are in debt. Now, on the Form E, there is a page where you sign a statement of truth. That statement of truth just basically means that you're going to be telling the truth. If you actually lie about how much you have or how much you owe, or your assets that you have in a different country, then you can actually go to prison. So we had a consent order today that we were putting together, and we're going to be finalizing that. It's